Drake by painting a handmade portrait of BBL Drake. And I will be doing step by step of the colorings that I've been using and the brushes all the way down to the bristles and nicks and crannies. So this is the canvas I have. It is a 9 by 12, I believe, and you can get this anywhere. And I'm going always tell me in public. They would be like, "Are you Bob Ross?" And I'd be like, duh. Do you see my hair? Because if I had this cool heart-shaped BBL effects hair, then it wouldn't make sense, you know? But yes, BBL, if my viewers are wondering what the BBL is, it's basically being fruity and extra. So that is what the BBL effects do to you. So now, in our next step of painting BBL Drake, we are going to be doing his hairline. And he does have a very promiscuous, stunning hairline. And I'm going to have to do this with very good and ease and caution. So I'm going to be taking this brush and I'm going to be dipping it into this jet black, just like this color right here. And I'm going to be starting out by painting his hair. And I'm just going to do a straight line across like this, and then use the other side to really blend in the edges of his hairline. And it's okay if it's not perfect, because that is what art is all about. Art is all about making sure you're having fun and you're being creative with it. Because, listen, not everything in life is perfect, and it doesn't have to be, which is okay. And yes, it's okay. Don't be afraid to really dip into your paint and use up a lot of the paints, because it's okay if you drop by the fast drying paint, because the fast drying paint is pretty good. I would definitely recommend you guys to get the fast drying paint. So yeah, but right now we're just creating a really perfect hairline. And I'm also going to go down here just a little bit to kind of create that very like faded back look, if that makes sense. Because BBL Drake is a little fruity, but he does still get a good fade. Because the fruity men can get fades. It's allowed. It's allowed for anyone. But yeah, I'm just really gonna make sure that this shade blends in perfectly. But then I'm also going to go back in with the brush that I used before, and I'm going to grab the skin tone shade and I'm going to give BBL Drake some ears. So I'm just going to do some light strokes like that to give him a nice little cute little ear shape like that. And again, it's okay if it's not even. It doesn't matter as long as you're having fun with it. Because that's what art is all about. So, the ears kind of look a little funky, but that's okay. That's only because it's drying right now. But the hair looks very good. And now I'm going to go back in with my color palette. And I'm going to go back in with this black shade, the black brush. The one that I used with the black. And I'm going to give BBL Drake some eyebrows. And BBL Drake does have very symmetrical eyebrows, so I'm going to try my best to create them very symmetrically. And again, it's okay if it's not perfect, but we're just going to give him some eyebrows. Actually did that one very good. They're definitely cousins, but the eyebrows will do. But yeah, I'm just going to sharpen up BBL Drake's eyebrows just a little bit at the end, and I'm going to try to really make them even. So I'm going to make this side a little bit thicker over here so the eyebrows match. I'm not going to try to give him a unibrow because I don't want to do BBL Drake dirty that bad. But now, as you can see, BBL Drake, he does have a very nice beard, a very thick beard like mine. And I'm going to be using the same stencil brush, the same black brush I used to be giving him a really nice beard. And then I'm going to go in and add some features such as his eyeballs and his nostril. But actually, sometimes as an artist you switch up things, and I'm actually going to be using my red shade for his lips. Okay, so I actually poured some red red paint in the little canvas, and I'm gonna be adding some white in there just so I can get the perfect, like, almost really faint lip pink color. Ah, this is a perfect color for the lips. Just so I can really have that nice, like, perfect BBL effect lip color. Oops, I actually spilled some of the brown in it, so. But yeah, I'm just going to take some of this pink shade that I made, and this is just going to be the perfect lip combo for BBL Drake. So I'm gonna begin giving BBL Drake some lips, and I'm just going to give him very nice, subtle BBL effect lips. And I might have had to, I'm gonna add a little more red in here because I feel like the lips need to be just a tad bit more blush pink. Ah, that's the perfect pink color. Like that. And BBL Drake obviously has perfect veneers. Let's be honest, veneers. And I'm now going to take a different stencil brush and more of my white coloring. And I'm going to begin just faintly using a tiny little detailing brush. And I'm just going to detail in some teeth, just so BBL Drake has that perfect smile, like that. Actually, don't know if it looks too good, so I'll just color it in white, and it's gonna kind of mix in with the pink of his lips. And yeah, so his lips are doing a little bit of a smooch, which I really love, how they're kind of tilted to the side, and that was my main goal. And now I'm just going to take a different brush, and I'm going to begin doing his eyes. So I'm going to be taking this darker brown shade that I have right here for his eyes, and hoping for the best, because this is darker than his skin tone, so I don't know if his eyes will look too good, but I'll just give him some brown eyes. Oh, that looks pretty good, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I might have had it done his eyes black like his eyebrows, but I still like how it looks. It looks okay. We're just gonna make it work because BBL Drake, he doesn't have to be perfect. And what I told you guys about when you're painting is that it doesn't matter if it's not so symmetrical and stuff. It's just really about having fun. And yeah, so now I'm going to be painting BBL Drake's nose, and I'm just going to give him a little nose bridge and a little nostril like that. I think that looks pretty good. That looks like a good nose. I don't know if I should connect it, but we'll make it work. And I'm just gonna grab my a little tiny black, and I'm gonna just paint his nostrils so it kind of gives a little shadow effect, as you guys can see. But now, since his face is fully dried, I'm gonna go back in with my black brush, and I'm going to be just getting more of the black, and I'm going to keep giving him a little mustache because he does have a very, very even beard. And I'm just gonna go like that over his mouth because he does kind of have a goatee. I don't really know the proper terminology for like facial stuff, but you know, it's still the thought that counts, you know. And if it's uneven, you know, just go in and fix that little line because that's really all that matters, you know. But I love how BBL Drake is turning out so far. And I'm just going to be painting in this to represent his beard. And I'm going to try not to mess up any of the lips. So when you're doing the lips, be sure to be very, very pristine with the lining on the lips, because you wouldn't want to mess up that gorgeous pink shade that we handcrafted for BBL Drake. And don't be afraid to get in a lot of color too, so really, really dip in your brush. And it's okay if you go over the original face like line, because it could just mean that his beard is growing a little bit bigger. See, that's kind of what I did just now. I just made his face a little more elongated because I wanted it to really be even. So yes, and also being very pristine. It's pretty easy to do being pristine around the lips if you have a really good detailed brush. I probably should have made BBL Drake's lips a little bit bigger, but it's okay. We can work with it. And just being very precise, I'm just having a relaxing time, enjoying my piece here, making BBL Drake. And as I'm looking at it, it's a little uneven, so I'm gonna paint his beard up here a little bit more, like that. So it looks okay. His ears are a little bit even, but that's what it is about art, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm actually going to be taking one of the brushes I used before, and I'm just going to be dipping into the black shade to make some pupils for him, because he needs to see, obviously. So there. Now it's really coming along, actually. He does have his eyes now, so he can't see, which is good. But I'm actually going to take the dark brown shade we used to outline his eyes and his nose, and I'm just going to be drawing in with his ears, kind of. Ooh, I used a little white in there, which is fine, but I'm just gonna outline his ears. So it's really about the attention to detail that you put in, because you really want to focus on the lines and the perfect BBL effects ear. There we go. But yeah, I'm just painting some outlines in his ear so he looks like he has a little more definition, as you guys can see. But his hair is pretty much almost done drying, which I'm not too afraid about, which is good. But here is where the full BBL effects come in. We're going to be taking the original skin shade right here that I used to paint his entire face, and I'm going to be creating a heart as he would if he would go to the barber and get a good cut. So I'm just going to be, I'm going to do it on this side because it's a little more dry. I'm just going to be creating a heart like this, and hopefully being able to fill it in without getting the black on there, like that. And the heart looks okay. I kind of messed up because the black, it wasn't that dry yet, but it's really the detail that counts. So yeah, what I say is if it looks good from far away, then you'll be set. So yeah. And a good thing about paints is that you always can go in and fix up your linings and stuff to make sure that they're perfect. Like that. So now he has a very pretty heart on his head, as he were to go if he went to the barber. But now, since we are almost done, I'm just going to be adding to the BBL effects. This step is very important because I'm going to be taking my red shade and I'm just going to be doing some hearts around my canvas just to make it a little more fruity and a little more happy. Because why not have some hearts? Because I feel like a heart is a little fruity and we love. And, I'm just going to be painting in the heart and making sure that all of the crevices get painted in so we have a nice even heart shape. And yeah, I I actually really like that heart. I did a pretty good job just by freehanding it. It really helps when you guys have synthetic brushes, I feel like. But yeah, I was thinking of adding some more things to this, but I don't know if I want to do like a big BBL symbolism, but I'm kind of loving just this. I kind of want to make another heart. I think I'm going to actually take some of the red shade. Let me get my red paint. My red paint out of the bottle. And I'm going to mix in like that with a little bit of the white shade just so that I can have another pink. So I'm basically creating another pink, but maybe like a little bit darker, so we can have a different color heart, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just gonna do another heart right here, like that. And yeah, just by freehanding the hearts, it's pretty simple. All you do is really pay attention to the detail and just take your time. I guess that's one thing that I forgot to mention is just take your time while you're having fun, because painting is, you know, it's very enjoyable. So yeah, that's why I like being Bob Ross, because I love, you know, just making other people happy if they like to watch me paint, and, you know, obviously follow step by step of what I do and stuff. But yeah, I was just thinking about making another heart right here. I think I'm going to make a pink heart right here, like the shade that I did just now, and then I'm gonna do a dark red down there. So this heart's gonna be a little bit smaller though, if I can make it smaller, like this. And I'm really just, this heart is going to be a little bit more, I don't know, I want it to really express the BBL effects that this painting has on it, because I am super proud of it. Because this definitely will go in the Louvre in Paris. Who doesn't love the Louvre? But now, I'm going to be, let me make sure that I really paid attention to this one, because I do really love this painting, actually. It looks very good and exceptional, I would say myself. I'm going to take the red and I'm going to do another heart right here. And like that. Ooh, this one's a little bit different because sometimes your shades like mix together, which is totally fine because we love to mix shades and really expand on our color palette, as I would say. But as you can see, it's a perfect heart. Well, it's not perfect, but it's perfect to me, you know? This represents love, because this painting is about love. Oh, I keep messing up the heart. Whoopsies. Oh well. It's a bit different than the hearts up here. Actually, no, I have to fix it. It has to be perfect. I need my heart to be even, you know? Because I feel like when you have an even heart, you have an even balance with the universe. Ah, yes, there we go. Sometimes you just gotta look up and pray, and that perfect shape will come to you, as I keep messing it up even more. Oh well, you know, as I said before, it's okay if it's not perfect. But I love how this turned out, and it was so simple to make this stunning BBL Drake photo. And I really want to give a shout out to Drake himself, and I respect him for being fruity. And yes, but that was it for this Bob Ross tutorial on BBL Drake. I hope the viewers enjoyed, and stay tuned next week because we are going to be handcrafting a picture of a Karen. So yes, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. I'm outside